Welcome back. It's Josh with Stabil Fit Life, and today we're going to talk about adjustable kettlebells. Before we start talking about the adjustable kettlebell and why I prefer it, especially in my training, let's talk about the hardstyle kettlebells. So, if you notice the size difference already, this is how they are sold. So this one here is the 20 kilogram of 44 pounds. This one here is a 24 kilogram of 53 pounds. This one here is 28 kilogram, 62 pounds. And then the big boy down there, the Yeti, it's about 90 pounds. So when just hearing that weight across the board, those are big jumps in the beginning with hardstyle kettlebells. All right, so if you're trying to get into kettlebell training, something that you're going to have to think about. You may have to start at a lighter weight before working your way up, especially those bigger jumps. However, again, size difference. The lighter the weight it is, smaller the kettlebell is. The heavier it is, the bigger it is. All right, so that's how you can tell off the bat the weight difference or the weight because of the sizes with them. I would say in the beginning, this is what you'll typically use in the beginning, which is fine. All right, this is great. These kettlebells are made by Onnit, great kettlebells. Just something to think about. The seams, when they're made, right, they'll have this seam underneath, and a lot of times they'll be in these corners. And so they tend to snag and rip people's hands apart. And you'll find those with cheaper kettlebells, the ones that you see sold in department stores. So that's something that you can look out for. But if you do happen to find one in the corner of one of these hardstyle kettlebells, just get a file it down, and it will go away. All right? So let's talk about adjustable kettlebell. So I have the Bells of Steel, Mark Wildman edition, competition adjustable kettlebell. And if you notice, big size difference as far as the shape of it. But with competition kettlebells especially, they're all the same size no matter the weight. Doesn't matter if it's lower poundage at 40, for instance. Doesn't matter if it's 90 pounds. It's still the same size. And the reason being is because it's competition. They wanted to make it the same across the board so that way your grip, the way you train doesn't change. With hardstyle kettlebells, you may have to adjust your grip. You may have to adjust how you train because not only do the kettlebells get smaller, but the handles do as well. Okay? So let's open this bad boy up. I'll show you what's inside. So this adjustable kettlebell comes with some tools. And so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm going to save that for a nice review on this kettlebell that I currently use. But it comes with tools, bolt on the bottom. Real simple. Take the bolt out. And there you go. You have plates inside. All right. So the con to this adjustable kettlebell or this style adjustable kettlebell is the time it's going to take you to change. All right. Which is fine. It takes about a minute, maybe two. And that's talking about being very slow with it. 2 minutes. So you think about your training and how you train. That could be a rest period. A lot of times when you're training with kettlebells, you're going to have a heavy, medium, or light day. And whatever your kettlebell of choice is, most likely you're going to stay with that weight for that training day. So you don't have to constantly change them out unless you're doing some craziness in your gym that you have to have amount of different weights. I guess that's going to be an issue for you. But in the beginning, you don't really need to do that much changing out. But the reason why I prefer this one, if you think about it, this without the weights in it, it's about 12 kilograms, okay? Which is about 20 pounds. And then the highest you can go with this is just over 30 kilograms. It's going to take you about just over 70 pounds. So think of those small increments. from 12K all the way to 30K, that's a lot of kettlebells. All right, so you see here, these are 1, 2, 3, 4 kettlebells of hardstyle kettlebells that I have, not including the pair sets that I have with it. You're looking at, if you're buying in pairs, 3, 5, maybe even $7 grand, depending on the company that you choose. But this adjustable kettlebell, I'm going for 12K to 30 kilograms. It was $300 for this type of kettlebell. And this is the cream of the crop when it comes to competition style adjustable kettlebells. All right, I love Bells of Steel. All right, I'm not affiliated with their program, but I've been using this kettlebell for a long time. I even dropped this kettlebell. No cracks, nothing's broken inside, everything is fine. All right, so once you have your weights put together, and of course you have, let me show you this real quick, you have this here to take the nut off, and you're able to take the plates out. But again, I'll show you in a more detailed video of how that looks. Once you got your weights established, tighten it up, and then put it back together. And it's that easy. If you want to get extra tight, again, I'll explain all the ins and outs in another video with the adjustable kettlebell. I just want you guys to see the difference of it. But even the handle has that stainless steel type feel, and there's no nicks inside. It's real smooth. All right, and so it just makes it a lot smoother and easier, especially if you start to find hardstyle kettlebells that has a lot of imperfections, which most of the time they do. But these type of style kettlebells will be a little more expensive, a little pricier, but I feel like you get what you pay for. And this is kind of what I train with on a regular right now, and it's been great. Don't get me wrong, I still have these pairs of kettlebells and I still use them, especially if I'm in my training and I'm just tired of gas and I really don't want to put this thing together or take it apart and I just want to leave the weights there. I'll just grab one of those. It's just quick and easy and do something else. But great kettlebell. I love it. For beginners, remember, it's all about budget. So when you think about putting your gym together or buying equipment, think about what's going to last the longest or what's going to be something that you can use forever. And this is one thing I love about kettlebells, because not only are they steel, cast iron, or depending on what company you're going through, they'll last forever, all right? Even if they get rust spots on it, like the competition style kettlebells, you'll see a lot of rust form with sweat, tears, blood, weather conditions. Eventually it's going to get rusty, but you can shave that off and make it look nice again. But you can take these literally anywhere you go. You can travel with these to the park, to the playground, to the store. I don't know what you're doing with your kettlebell, but you take it anywhere. All right, and this is what makes it easy and accessible to use. All right, especially in your own home. So again, when it comes to budget or even the space, you may not have this space for all these pairs of hardstyle kettlebells in your own home. All right, but this is something that you can stick with from beginner, from 12K, and then bump your way up all the way to 30K if that's one of your goals. And again, you can still stick with the same kettlebell. All right, you don't have to buy 20 of them. You could just get one. Right, once you're efficient with D1, if you want to add a pair, which I do, you can start training double kettlebells. But think about this, 12K, 30K, I got 2 of them right here that could do that over the pairs that I have, okay? So again, these are great, a good alternative for beginners, especially if you want to start buying equipment. This is something that you could think about, because now instead of having 12 or 15 or 20 kettlebells, you can just have 2 and change the weights out. All right, but if you have any questions about what we went over, please comment below. I'm going to have a more detailed video about the Bells of Steel adjustable kettlebells here soon, so definitely look out for that. But again, ask your questions, get your questions answered. Have a great day. Happy lifting. Have a stable fit life, and I'll see y'all next time.